Pobierz aplikację TVP Sport i oglądaj wszystkie transmisje w najlepszej jakości. Linki do sklepów znajdziesz w opisie.
I'm with undisputed, reigning, defending middleweight champion, and as I told you last time in January, a Polish compatriot from South Africa. So it's great to see you again. It's been a few months, but I guess your life has changed a lot during this time.
Yeah, of course. I mean, becoming a world champion is amazing. It's great, and but yeah, there's been some things changing as a champion. Some things that change. I mean, the schedule is busy, but all good things. And when you look at it from a perspective that really matters, yeah. If you look at the changes from a perspective of training, nothing really changed. And that's the only one that really matters when it comes to the fight game. Life changed, life got busy, but life's always been busy. It's been nothing but good. All the things that happened has been great, and now I'm fighting as a champion. It's been amazing. I can't wait. The one thing, life gets more busy as a champion, but so does training. Training gets better as a champion too.
Mm-hmm. So I've seen your homecoming in South Africa. It looked amazing. And I wonder, you have been so much more, you get so much more media attention from this point. And I wonder, how long did it took you from the being like, oh my God, I'm a champion, to, yeah, I'm a champion. You know what I mean? How long did it sink in to feel normal about it?
It took a long time, and I don't think, when I was here today at the UFC signing the poster and I'm the champion on that poster. The poster is, in the last fight, I was also on the poster, but I was a contender. Now it's my poster. I'm the champion. And I got that feeling all over again. So for now, I'm not used to it yet. It's every day when I see that belt, every day when I wake up and I think about it, it's right there again. It just doesn't get old.
You mentioned about your training methods and regime, and also in this UFC embedded, your head coach told that now you are working harder. And I wonder, why is it true? Why hasn't happened? Is it like staying on the top is even bigger goal than getting there?
Yes, that, and of course, every fight I try to be better. My performance was at best. My best performance yet was a 7 out of 10 of what I'm capable of. And that training is to get that performance to 10. We're always looking for that perfect performance, and we are very far from that. So I'm training, and I have to be better every single fight, because especially now as a champion, everybody's looking at me, looking at the mistakes, looking at the small mistakes, and they are going to try and capitalize on that. So I have to make sure that I'm 100% prepared and better than the last time. And other than that, once you become a champion, everybody's waiting for your downfall. Was it lucky? What? For me, I won't allow that to happen. As a champion, I have to set an example in the gym in terms of training and showing all my teammates, showing everybody that looks up to me as wants to do this, that wants to be a world champion, what it takes to be a champion. And that means being the example of spending more hours in the gym, being there early, and staying till late. That's what got me there, and that's what I need to prove to everybody, and that's what I need. That is the example I need to set.
I see. So when we were speaking last time on January, you were talking about bringing UFC to South Africa. And I wonder, now you're on enemy's turf. Weren't you just at least a bit disappointed that it didn't materialize at this point?
Not at all. I mean, to go to enemy territory and conquer that area is another land area conquered for me. I honestly have to be honest with you, there's a big South African crowd in Perth and Australia, which is not his hometown. It's closer to his country, but I don't see this as the enemy territory. And even though the enemy territory doesn't bother me, I would have loved to have this in South Africa, but it's not. It's irrelevant right now. It didn't happen in South Africa. It will happen in South Africa. I will win this fight, and then whether it's the next one or the one after that, it's going to happen in South Africa. I know that.
I see. So this fight with Israela Adesanyi, it's been in the makings for so long that some fans think it lost some hype behind it. And do you agree? And if so, if it's because Izzy lost his last fight, or maybe it's because of the time span and the atmosphere maybe cooled down a bit?
We'll see how many pay-per-view buys it does, and we'll see how much hype it lost.
Okay. So the next question is, in your opinion, is it still personal, or Easy tries to make it personal?
Yeah, I think for him it's personal. He needs it to be, because he doesn't have the motivation to just step in there as an athlete. He needs something to fuel him. So for him it's a personal, and he uses that as fuel, that anger. For me, it's not personal at all. I'm here to do business. I'm here to win, regardless if it's for a bout or not. I'm stepping in there to win the fight. I'm stepping in there, even if it's not him. Even if he pulls out right now, it doesn't make a difference to me. I'm there to win whoever is in there. It's not about fighting Adesanya. It's about winning the fight.
I see. So we are heading to press conference, and then there we will see how high temperature is between you, the closer to the fight, and you have talent to get under fighters' opponent's skin. Whether we are talking about Easy, whether it was against Sean Strickland, and I wonder, when fans are talking about the best trash talkers in the UFC, your name doesn't come up too often. But I wonder, are you underrated on this matter?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't see myself as a trash talker necessarily. But if you try and disrespect me on the mic, you will come. I will bring you to a stop, and I will, I'll come back at you, just like with Strickland. He tried his best, and you treat me with respect, I'll be respectful towards you. But I'm not going to be bullied ever. And if you want to bully me, I'll show you what a bully does.
Okay. So speaking about cooling down maybe a bit and different approach, I think your approach has changed a little bit, because I want to quote you 2 times when Easy stepped into the cage, when you knocked out Rob Whittaker last year. Joe Rogan told you that the great Israela Adesanyi is in the cage, and you've said, I don't know about the great. And now in 2024, you are speaking about Adesanya as one of the greatest middleweights.
Yeah, absolutely. Not the great, one of the great. It's a big difference. It's a tremendous difference being the GOAT and being one of them. Big, big difference.
So do you have middleweight Mount Rushmore, if you could name 4 fighters?
I don't have a Mount Rushmore, but I have one guy in the middleweight division, in my opinion, who's the greatest of all time, and that is Anderson Silva.
Okay, so I think it's pretty obvious to most of fans in the world. Of course, being a champion and fighting at the biggest stage has some other big values and incentives, and one of them is custom shorts for the biggest stars.
Yeah,
yours, it looked amazing, and I wonder how the whole process of making this kind of shorts look like. Do you have some of your friends, graphics, who made the design, or just someone from UFC ask, what kind of types, elements do you want, and they are making it?
Yeah, so basically they said they want to do a custom shorts, and I'm like, perfect. And they said, what do I want? What is that I want? And I just sent some ideas, something true to South Africa, something true to Africa, something that is, any South African will recognize that immediately and say, that is for South Africa. So I sent just a couple of ideas, not short ideas, just things that are true to South Africa. The patterns, the animals on it, the big 5, everything that is true to my home, and that's what they came up with. And there was a couple of designs, and that's the one I chose. It was perfect.
I wonder what kind of fight should we expect on this event, because in some past, Easy liked to play it safe during some fights, like Jared Cannonier, Yoel Romero, Marvin Vettori. But I think your style, does it suit him to make it like a chess match?
No, for me, I have to fight my fight in this fight. I can't allow him to play his chess match, or I don't think so. I think he's going to come up with something else. I think he's going to try and shock me, show the world that he's changed, or that he has that dog, and I'm ready for that. And if it's the chess match that he plays, which he always does, I will do what I have to beat him, even in that sense. And I'm ready for whatever comes. When it comes to his style, he has been known for he has had some extremely exciting performances, but also, like you said, against some guys, he tries to play it safe. Well, you know, I'm not there to play it safe. Never have. You can watch it in all of my fights. I've never done that. So, I mean, I know what I'm going to do. You know, it's going to all depend on how he comes out and fights, on what kind of fight the people see.
I see. So fighting in Australia is a bit different for fighters because there is a completely different time schedule, and you will be weighing, I think it's Saturday, 6 a.m., right? And you will be fighting around noon on Sunday. So there is a much closer gap to rehydrate, to regenerate.
Yes.
And will it affect the fight, in your opinion? And did you
Yeah,
have
of course.
to, yeah? Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Go.
of course. It definitely has the effect, but no, that's to be called being a professional and doing that research. I knew that coming in 8 weeks out, 10 weeks out even. I knew that when I knew I was going to fight in Australia. You know, you always have to make sure about the commissions and how they treat these things. So I knew that was the case. So my diet was accordingly, my weight cut is according. Everything is one day later. I'm fighting early in the morning, even better, because that's my training times every day. When I train in South Africa, my training is at noon. I finish up at noon. So that's my training times. So I'm very happy about that. The night times, I prefer that, you know, and yeah, of course, I would, you know, any one of us, you know, a bit longer to rehydrate would have been great. I'm a big middleweight, but I prepared for this. I mean, yeah, I had to work a little bit harder during the camp in terms of my diet and lose a bit more weight, but yeah, that's what it's called being a champion.
I see. So you've been known for in last several months as a fighter, I think, who stood his ground. Whether we are talking about the time schedule and fighting on some particular event, because you didn't want to go to Australia last year when you were injured and you didn't want to rush too often. You didn't want to fight at UFC 300 because you also felt it's not the time for you. Were you maybe just a bit jealous or regretting this UFC 300 when you have heard that there will be 300K bonuses at this event?
Not at all. The 300K would have meant nothing if you look at the fight purse they offered me. They offered me a lot of money, and I don't do this for money. You know, going out there and fighting and not being able to perform. No, money. If I want to do this for money, I would have gotten a much easier job. I'm here for the accomplishment, defending my belt, and fighting at 300 would have been a stupid thing to do because I wasn't ready. I was injured. It wasn't that I didn't want to. I couldn't. I was injured. I had a broken foot after the fight in January, and I had 12 weeks. Wasn't enough. So, yeah, I'm not sorry. I'm not jealous at all because I got to sit and watch that event as a fan, and it was one of the most amazing events to watch as a fan. I really enjoyed it. To be able to sit there and enjoy that event as a fan was incredible. It was one of the best events I've ever seen. And
fighters are often asked at what platform they are better than their opponents. So I wanted to reverse it a little bit. Is there any particular skill or thing where you think Easy is better than you?
I saw his nails. He does a great job with his nails. He's incredibly good at doing his nails. Much better than I would do. 100%.
Okay. And the last one from me, when we are speaking in January, the whole interview was a little bit about your ties with Poland, but we don't need to do it every time. But there is one guy in Perth right now who you were scheduled to fight twice in KSW. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Mr. Borysem Mańkowskim.
Yeah. Did you have a chance to meet him?
I already met with him. We are very good friends. We see each other sometimes at the events, but yeah, we already had a good chat. I mean, he's a great guy, great ambassador for the sport, and I'm sad we never got to share the cage, but I mean, it's all good. We are all good friends. Myself and Matthias as well. I wish nothing but the best for them. They amazing fighters and amazing people.